am down 56 pounds. So far, ready to do my 20 minutes on the treadmill. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Wegovy versus Zepbound, since I have been on both. So I'm just going to be giving you my honest review, honest opinions, honest perspectives, whatever you want to call it, on both medications. And I'm also going to do my week 31 update. And that included some workouts at home, at my work gym, my Omada lesson, which is talking about managing food cravings, and also just showing you how I make my chia seed yogurt, which is real quick. So just giving you some tips on that. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Hey loves, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I appreciate you stopping by, and if you've already been here, I appreciate you coming back. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And for those who may be new here, my name is Lisa. I have been on a weight loss journey since January of 2024. I started off on Wegovy, and I've been taking Zepbound now since October of 2025, and the journey continues. It's a beautiful day. Hey guys, it's Thursday, May 28th. I'm on my lunch break, getting ready to do my 20 minutes on the treadmill. Hey guys, it's Sunday, May 31st. I'm doing my walk. It's a lovely day. And after my walk, as usual, we will do a little chit chat. All right, guys, so I just finished my walk, so it's time for our little chit chat. I decided to just come out here on my deck. Still nice and sunny, so figured I'd chat here. All right, being outside was not working. That wind was terrible. So anyway, so I have spoke about my experience on Wegovy and Zepbound in one of my previous videos, which I will link here. So you guys can always go back to that, but I will just talk about it here. So Wegovy for me, I did lose weight on it for sure. The highest dosage that I went up to was a 1.7 milligrams. However, as I went up in dosages, I had more nausea, more stomach discomfort, more constipation. So it was those type of side effects. I just could not deal with it anymore. So that's why I did make the switch to Zepbound. And also, I also just hit like a stall with it. Even though I was taking the 1.7 milligrams, I wasn't losing any weight. So I did discuss this with my doctor first. So obviously, with making any changes, speak to your primary doctor, to see what's best for you. But for me, we decided it would be best to switch to the Zepbound. So as for Zepbound, I do not experience as much stomach discomfort as Wegovy. I do have some stomach discomfort at times, but definitely not as much as Wegovy. I felt like it was an everyday thing. Constipation as well has not been an issue for me. It could be also that I have developed more healthy eating habits as far as incorporating more fiber in the foods that I'm eating. So I did not have as much. I feel like I have apples and fruit, and now I have my yogurt, I have chia seeds, and so I wasn't doing as much of that on Wegovy. So it could be that as well. As far as energy level, I feel like that was pretty much the same with Wegovy and Zepbound. I didn't notice anything over the other as far as that goes. As far as food noise, I think they were pretty equal. That was definitely suppressed on both. And for me, I did lose more weight on Wegovy, but I don't know if it's because I started that first. But if I would have to make a decision today, I'm definitely team Zepbound, because having discomfort, every day, like in your stomach, and then dealing with constipation is just negative for me. So I am definitely team Zepbound. So have any of you guys tried both Wegovy, Zepbound, or any other GLP-1 medication? If you have tried too, comment below. Let me know which one you guys are. Team whatever, team Wegovy, team Zepbound. So let me know below. So again, this is just my personal experience that I'm sharing with you guys. Of course, anything as far as with your own health, make sure that you talk to your doctor. But these decisions that I made was a decision only for me and what worked for me. Hey y'all, it is Thursday. It is 9:08 p.m. It is late. Well, kind of late, but I'm about to make my chia seed yogurt, and it's the easiest things I'm about to show y'all. It's like ghetto style. Hold on. All right, so this is what I do. So I have my Chobani, less sugar. Here's my chia seeds. My dog is growling. Let's see if I can. Okay, just so y'all can see. I just open this up. What's the matter? Be quiet. I don't know if y'all can hear, but what does it look like? This looks like I didn't fill up my yogurt. Anyway, I take a teaspoon of chia seeds. Drop it in here. Close the lid. And then I shake it up. I put a sandwich bag over this, and I put it in the refrigerator, and I am done. In the morning, then I'll add my blueberries. Sometimes I add oats, but I'm not gonna do all of that. Well, maybe I'll add some oats. I don't know. Anyway, but that's it. All right, y'all, I'm back. I did decide to add some oats. So I'm gonna just put, I gotta shake this up more. But yeah, I'm gonna put a little, just a teaspoon of those, and then that'll be that. All right, so let's talk about my Omada lesson. As usual, I have my trusty notebook. So I will go over what strategies I learned with that lesson. So it is managing food cravings. It's basically talking about what is triggering these cravings, and then when it happens, to kind of like are you hungry or is it a craving, and just like take a minute. And I know, like, for me, like, I'm like, oh my goodness, I really want some potato chips or my favorite chocolate chip cookie or whatever it may be. Pausing is definitely something that I have to learn, because if I be like, okay, like, I want this, I usually just have it. But again, the medication helps me to not want these things every day. But again, I wish I've mentioned in my other videos, I don't want to be on this medication for the rest of my life. So I'm really trying to learn some tips and strategies that will help me for the long run. So even when these cravings does happen, I am gonna like step back and kind of like evaluate where this is coming from. So it was also basically saying, write it out. So I guess, like, if I have a chocolate chip cookie on a Monday, the craving happens again on a Wednesday, which I really try to only treat myself to something once a week, to kind of like write it out. Again, it is pausing and kind of evaluating, are you hungry or is this a craving? So that was one of the things. The second thing they really spoke about is avoiding strict food rules and kind of like changing your wording. So in the past, when I've gone on diets, it would be like, oh, I can't have a chocolate chip cookie, or I can't have a hamburger and french fries. And it said to change that wording to I don't have chocolate chip cookies. You know, I don't have hamburger and french fries, and just deal with it that way. So that is something that I definitely want to try, because that is what I do. I'll be like, oh, I can't have that. And then when you say that, it's like, okay, well, I want to have what I want. And then you end up indulging in something. So I have had those moments. So I kind of like that, I guess that mental psychology thing, to see like if that works. And it also made a good point with saying that the more nutritious foods that you have, that will help curb these type of cravings. So in getting better and on this weight loss journey, when you're incorporating more healthy foods, which I feel like I am in that space where my cravings aren't as severe, because I am, eating more nutritious foods. So that was also a good strategy and point to do that. And also, have any of you guys, I'm sure some of you probably have, had the iced Zonka latte from Dunkin' Donuts? I completely love that drink. So when I first had it, which was probably like a couple months ago, I wanted it every day. And I think in 1 week I had it 3 times. So then I was like, instead of getting a medium, let me get a small. Started there. So now I have it once a week, because the sugar that's in that is crazy. And I do not want to even, have a drink at all. But I do have it once a week. I am getting a medium. Sometimes I get a small, but I'm trying to continue with having a small, because the calories, I think, in a medium might be like 340. I don't know, something crazy. But yeah, so my coworker is trying to find a healthy version of that, and I'm also experimenting, trying to find and a healthier, like maybe like do like a protein shake or something with it, so it'll kind of taste like it. I don't know. But if any of you guys also have a healthier version of the iced Zonka latte, comment below, let me know, or some tips to make a good iced coffee. Let me know, because I just actually bought the Starbucks, I think it's blonde roast unsweet. And I'm trying that with, I tried it with like my Premier chocolate peanut butter. And then I have a Chobani creamer, which is 0 sugar. It was good. It was good. And I think it's something that's a good substitute for it. So, but anyway, if you guys know of something, let me know. And so basically, back to the lesson. So it's basically just being aware when you have a food craving and then having control over your behaviors. So that was basically like the sum of it all. So that ends today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for updates on my Zepbound journey. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.